we can go now, say, to infrastructure development. It is absolutely necessary if we, in the region, if all of us in the region, that is southern region, SADC, we develop our road infrastructure to talk to each other in terms of standard. And Zimbabwe is doing its best. 2 years ago, 3 years ago, our roads were far much behind. But with internal resources well managed, we have put fantastic roads now, and the program is ongoing, state-of-the-art roads in the country, and we still need about 4,000 or more kilometers of roads for people to engage in. You can come with any model you want, put up a 600-kilometer road, a 1,000-kilometer road, and then for the next 20, 30 years, you talk to these guys. Of course, I'll guarantee them that you see this is correct. And you collect your money, and we have the services. We also need railway systems, because the volumes now of cargo coming into the country, as well as cargo which we export from our country, is growing on a yearly basis in bounds. So we need the restructuring and the revamping of the railway network in the country, as well as creating new networks in the country. So again, there's an area of investment in that area. Airports and airlines, as a result of sanctions, we had lost all the airlines down to 3. But since the Second Republic, we are now at 17 airlines that are coming in. And so many are applying to come in. I think by the end of next year, we should be back to about 26 or 30 airlines coming into Zimbabwe. So again, you can see where we are going. The trajectory is going up. We are building new airports. If you come to Harare now, you see it's almost complete. I don't know what percentage. 90% complete. It's a state-of-the-art airport. The Victoria Falls one is the same. But at Victoria Falls, my dear brother, as I told you, I also want to mention that when he came to see me, I asked him very politely to be my champion. I'm happy he accepted. I'm very happy he accepted. Supported by my brother, President Chisano. President Chisano and myself grew up together, and we come from far. From 1962, we've been together. So he's also supportive, and we work with Dr. Sinaye. So with area of marketing Zimbabwe, I believe I have the best brains on the continent who have the respect and the international recognition and character to talk for us. Now, with the Victoria Falls, within the last 2-3 years, we have over 6 or so hotels that have been built. But still, we now have direct flights from Germany onto Victoria Falls, and tourist trajectory is going up like that. But we still need conferences, we need hotels there, but our market from Germany, they would want a state-of-the-art medical center. We don't have. So we need investment in that area. This professor, I'm happy that when he was young, when he just left the university, he wanted to form a bank, and we said, no, you're too young. So he was able to come here and got experience. Then we called him back. And he's now very experienced. He has created this
Victoria Falls Stock Exchange?
Yes.
An offshore financial center.
You will talk about it when it gets time. So all those things are now there. And I'm told, because he's international, he tells me this is another way of guaranteeing the attraction of foreign investment into the country with such an institution into our country. So that's another area. But then, of course, education. We would want to have, in fact, not only Zimbabwe, I believe Africa needs to focus on the science and technology education for us to develop our continent. As we integrate under the Africa Continental Trade Area, the development levels are different. But if we all focus in making sure that in the next 10 years on the continent, there should be not a single African country that is not domestic scientists in all the fields of economic endeavor. It is necessary to do so and focus in those areas. The health service sector, in the health service sector, when the pandemic attacked us because of sanctions, we didn't receive support from World Bank, IMF, and so on. I think they are here, but it's the truth. So we felt that it was necessary that we should look inwards. And we put our young scientists...
Well, you got support from us.
Yes, yes. And I said the World Bank, not the World Bank. We got support from you, yes. And some other sources within Africa were assisted in a few other places. But anyway, we then looked into ourselves in fact, it was him, to procure vaccines. And we were able on time to bring in vaccines in the country, and we were able to mitigate a lot the impact of COVID-19. I will mention again this issue of medical oxygen. Yeah. We had a company called BOC, which has been in Zimbabwe for ages. But when this came, and we needed this medical oxygen in our hospitals, Zimbabwe's list was put down. We didn't get it in when we wanted it. So we assembled our own domestic scientists. Within a year, we are now able to produce our own medical oxygen, and the huge surpluses initially were given to our friends in the region, and now they are buying from us. So you can see it is possible if we work together, each country making the advantages they have to produce some of these goods and services domestically. It can be done. And if we all do that, I have no doubt that Africa, which our founding fathers, Nkrumahs, the Nassers of Egypt, and here I forget the names. What the vision they had, where Africa should be one, a united Africa, and stand up and be heard. You can only be heard if we are united and if we have respect of respecting ourselves, and then it is important. But that is politics. I'm a politician. Let me go back to economics. I wanted to say it is necessary also to have investment in the health service sector. That's what I have to say. And that are two possibilities. You do it on your own, at your own pace, but it is better to collaborate, not invent the wheel. To collaborate with already advanced economies so that you collaborate with them and assist you to develop and leapfrog your own services and be able to deliver better health service for your own people. I have talked too much, eh? Thank you very much.